Okay, it's the early hours of Thursday morning, and just been woken up. It's about 12:15 a.m. I'm just looking at my watch. The ship's foghorn is going off every 2 minutes. We should hear it any minute now. So I'm just going to leave the room and find out what's going on. In fact, there it is now. Let's go and have a look, see what's going on. Now in the lift, and just going up to the 16th deck, and the foghorn is still going.
Lido deck.
Here we are.
16.
Let's have a look. Okay, so now out up here on deck, really foggy, really windy, and apparently in fog it's protocol for a ship. Even with radar now to, if you can hear this, even with radar now to sound the foghorn every 2 minutes, and the foghorn behind me, wait for it, is going to go off in about 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Wow, there you go. Pretty scary stuff. Okay, that's enough adventure for one night. Heading back to the cabin. Really spooky and really noisy out on deck. But there you go. Been out to investigate, and well, crikey, not quite what you expect on a cruise around the Mediterranean. But there we go, an experience nonetheless. Well, good morning, and it's an early start today. It's 6:30 Spanish time, and that will be 5:30 UK time. I may appear a little bit tired because I am. The ship's foghorn went off again at 4:30 a.m. Consistently, so yeah, not a lot of sleep, and the ship is moving about all over the place today, so we must be in some rocky water, but never mind. The discipline continues and the trading continues, so it doesn't matter. I get on with it, and yeah, let's go and do the morning market analysis and see where the currency markets are this morning. So a quick update, it is around about 5 o'clock, 5:15 in fact, on Thursday. Been a pretty dismal day in terms of the weather. Went to a presentation earlier about the Titanic, ironically, being on a ship, but never mind. And it was about this guy that had found, or managed to get some perfume out of the bag of, recovered from the seabed, bag of perfumer, if that's what you call them. And it created this perfume, etc., etc., being on Dragon's Den. Quite an interesting talk, and got to smell some perfume from over, 100 years ago now. Wow. So quite interesting. Spent most of the afternoon relaxing. I did put on a trade in pound dollar. This was under my full house strategy, and I've also made some slight fine tuning, not changing my strategy, but some fine tuning in terms of the daily trend line, which I draw on all of my charts, and I'll talk about that in a bit more detail in tomorrow's blog. So if you'd like to read that, the place to go is stgforex.tv, and that will be day 30 of the 36-month Forex trading challenge. Tonight we have the final formal dinner. We're heading home to Southampton, so looking forward to that, and I'll record some footage to showcase what's going on. So how was the show tonight, Maxie?
Good.
What did we see?
Scott.
In the headliners, yeah?
Yeah.
Was it a good show?
Yeah.
Perfect. Do you want to come back again?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Say
Yeah.
bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Well, good morning. It is Friday morning, day 30 of the 36-month FOREX trading challenge. This is the last day on the ship, last full day on the ship. So last time I'll be broadcasting from the cruise ship. It was a bit calmer last night, so managed to get some sleep. It's 20 past 6 Spanish time, which means it's 20 past 5 UK time. The clocks will go back to tonight, I believe, to UK time. So life will get a little bit easier. Overnight there was news out of Australia. I had an Australian dollar, US dollar short. So no idea what's happened there. Wasn't really an opportunity to protect myself ahead of that position. The price was pretty much trading just inside my stop. So may have been stopped out. May have had a result, and that trade may have started to work for me, but we'll see. Also put on a trade last night in New Zealand dollar CAD short, technical setup, full house strategy set up there. So going to grab a coffee, grab some water now, sit down in the Horizon buffet, and first 2 hours of the day, well, only 2 hours of the day, but 2 hours of the day that I really enjoy. So let's crack on. Okay, so a quick run through the charts, and first trade is my cable short. I rolled the stop overnight. I was tight on my risk exposure. I need to bring my risk exposure, which I monitor here, into line. So move the stop a little bit tighter, albeit we're not at target 1 yet. So this pair, we are in a downtrend on the weekly, which is the turquoise lines. On the daily, which is the I guess gold lines, and this is the 240 chart, so we're still under the 50 simple moving average, although the 30 exponential moving average, which is the dotted black line, has crossed over the 50. I'm not exiting a third of my position yet. The 10 exponential moving average needs to cross the 50 before I would consider exiting a third of my position or lightening up on this trade. So got a quite nice risk reward to risk ratio here, having tightened my stop. We've got to get down to here, to the bottom of the range, to hit target, and then I'll be in a risk-free trade moving forward. Okay, so the next trade that I have on the majors is my Australian dollar short. Now this trade has been under quite a bit of pressure, and it's one of the reasons that I've introduced a new filter in my trading approach, which is on the daily trend line. So you'll see this line here in the middle. This is the center line. So when I plot this and this is the center line, and what I did here, I took a short position pretty much at the bottom of the daily trend line. I was kind of expecting a retracement, but not a retracement as big as this. So what I've done is to introduce a rule that says if I'm short, I can only short above this center line, and if I'm going long, if the trend is the other way, I can only buy underneath this center line. So it's an additional filter which will keep me out of potentially losing trades and hopefully give me a better entrance. So here I would never, under these new fine-tuned rules, I would have never added to this position here. What I would have done is wait for potentially this candle here, but more likely this candle here, and obviously up here, if I'd have added to the position here, this would have been a much better entry. So far we're holding the 50 simple moving average, but time will tell how that pans out today. There was some news out overnight, a speech about the Australian economy. This was this candle, so there was a push down, but then there was a push back up. So yeah, I think the market's a little bit undecided. If we hold this level, which we have done here, potentially here, then we could see a move to push down further.
to push through my position 2 and down to the bottom of this daily trend line. So on Euro Swiss franc, again I'm short. I took a short trade here on a full house strategy. Again, under the new fine-tuning rules on the daily trend, I wouldn't have taken this position because it was the wrong side of the center line. But I'm in this trade, it's profitable. We had this push down here, didn't quite trigger the stops under here. I'm looking for a push down into the initial target. Then the final trade I have on, which I took last night on this candle, although I was slightly late entering. I was at dinner on the ship when this candle closed, so took this slightly late, getting a little bit of a pushback. This was pretty much the candle was right on the daily trend center line, albeit my entry was slightly below. Kind of questioning this in today's blog post, which you can read at stgforex.tv, day 30. But I think there's a reasonable probability we'll get down to this level, to this target. Time will tell today, but all signals on this pair are pointing south. The weekly, which is the turquoise lines, the daily trend, which is the gold lines, and yeah, time will tell. But that's a quick rundown as to where we are with the trades. And we'll see where we get to by the end of play on Friday.
So last day of the holiday, and the weather's been pretty terrible all day, but the sun is finally out. The kids are in the pool having a bit of fun, and I've got a beer here to relax just before dinner. So a great trip. We land in Southampton tomorrow morning, and that's the end of the 2 weeks. The 2 weeks away, and the 36-month FOREX trading challenge, I guess, on the move.
Doors, I'm a fool for your love.